Well, everyone, it is big news from Microsoft because they've just had their largest launch ever. So that's fairly large. And, well, you know what? Who knows? Maybe it will be surpassed very soon by Halo Infinite. Maybe not, but it certainly does mean that the bar is set pretty damn high for Infinite because Forza Horizon 5 has done extremely well. Phil Spencer tweeted that it surpassed 4.5 million players in the first few days of launch, but then it cracked 5 million very shortly after that. And it's been ticking up steadily ever since. So it's kind of funny. The players who purchased the more expensive special edition were able to get a couple of days of early access. This is a bit of a move that, say, Electronic Arts actually do right now. If you want to play Battlefield 2042, you've got to either be on the Pro subscription or you've got to be, buying the big edition. And they've done that with this game as well, which, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I suppose it is what it is. Now, what is odd is Game Pass subscribers who purchased a $45 premium add-on bundle in order to get into the early access. Seems insane to me, purchasing that for a game you don't own, but there we go. But there were over 1 million people playing this game via early access, so that's massive. And I suppose it's quite neat having the actual in-game stats just like be there in the game. It means we could just chart the game's humongous rise happen. I mean, as Benji points out here, so it had 4 million plus on launch day, and his comparison there is that Forza Horizon 4, it took it a full week plus early access to reach 2 million players. So Forza Horizon 5 has doubled that number in day one, which is basically humongous performance. And that's the sort of thing where this game is available just about everywhere, other than PlayStation, of course. And I think we're starting to see some of the power of that really come online for Microsoft. So it's nice that, they're not usually as specific with numbers, but here they really are specific with the numbers. And I mean, when a company just has the numbers be public, that just shows a large level of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only time they'll ever show a number out front is when they're boasting about it. And that's them just kind of going, yeah, look at what Forza 5 did. Halo soon, by the way. And
yeah, like for me, Forza Horizon 4, such a good game.
Great.
I think me and you are not really racing game people either, and we both really enjoyed them.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was completely... I suppose my racing history is kind of... I played some Need for Speed games when I was younger, but Forza Horizon 4, It wasn't for too long because other gaming obligations took over, but there was a weekend I just got downloaded on Game Pass and got completely lost. I was like, wait, this is what Forza Horizon's like? Because I never played them before. I was like, holy shit, this is a little bit more of a cleaner version of what I really liked about the Need for Speed Underground games, which is, hey, here's this big open place, go do everything. I thought it was a fantastic game. So.
Yeah, and I mean, this game is just gorgeous. It was so impressive seeing it at the initial reveal, and it holds up. It's got so much going for it, and even if the gameplay was almost the same as 4, probably similar enough, I'd be happy. And I'll see if I can get a little bit of time into this game over the weekend, because of course I'm on Game Pass. It is out now. Yeah. But yeah, basically just incredible, and this is just a major AAA release where everyone's happy. Now, there are a few issues on PC. We'll get to that. But broadly speaking, it's a brilliant game. Looks brilliant, plays brilliant. Everyone's happy. It's done extremely well in terms of sales and players. When we actually go to the reviews, I mean, the media profile for this game has been absolutely humongous. Just massive. They've put everything into it. And then when you look at just where it's available everywhere. No doubt that's massively helping those numbers.
Literally everywhere too, if you consider cloud gaming.
Yeah. Also helps that this is a very major release for Microsoft. They haven't had a lot of those, so there will be a lot of hype there. They've had their big PR stunts. Engagement generally has just been high. If we look at the Steam bestsellers, it is, it's outpacing Battlefield 2042 in the pre-orders. But of course, if you have Game Pass, you don't need to get it there. You already have it in PC for free. Yeah. I do. I won't get this in Steam. I won't be included in this number. So when you look at Steam charts, that's deceptively low. I mean, a 70k all-time peak is fantastic news, but that is deceptively low because of all the people who will be playing this on Game Pass for PC. Mm-hmm. When you look at Twitch, I'd say not the most twitchy game overall, but it's still doing pretty good on Twitch. It's just incredible. It actually muscled out Minecraft as the #1 most popular game in Game Pass, and Minecraft is rather humongous. It may miss most of the people who watch this channel, but it is humongous. So this is basically all just incredible. And you look at the reviews across the board, they are just glowing. It's insane. I mean, hey, there's, PlayStation guy coming in being nice. It's nice to see that. I mean, even if it is all just sort of PR games, it's nice to see them all be, sort of buddy-buddy with each other. Now, there is one less good thing. The game is currently a 74 on Steam, which is very different to these numbers. The reason why is crashes. I looked through the Steam reviews, and almost everything that I saw was negative review that said 9 or 10 out of 10, this is an incredible game, but I can't recommend it because I can barely play it because it crashes.
Of course.
So people are having performance issues, crashes, things like that in PC. Of course, once that's patched up, I mean, it shouldn't be like that at launch day, but once it's patched up, you're probably going to have a pretty damn perfect experience. Certainly if Forza is anything to go by. So this is all good for Microsoft, and Microsoft's whole thing has been, a commitment to this plan where they kind of know they're going to lose on the major first parties versus Sony. I mean, you look at this and you think, well, really not a big loss, is it? This is doing so well. But, they don't have their The Last of Us, their Horizons. They don't have as many of those super big built-up blockbuster franchises. So really for right now, it has been Forza and Halo. And I suppose Bethesda will come online soon enough and do incredible numbers for them.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of this as almost like the first trial run of a massive release, because you can kind of look at Age of Empires and go, well, that wasn't that like their first sort of recent release. It's not as massive as this. And if this is hitting 5 million in no time whatsoever, just because it's available, now that might not be 5 million people who are, going to stick with it and play it loads. That might be people who played it on cloud gaming for 5 minutes on their phone. So it's not like a guarantee of like sales and stuff like that, but it is pretty huge engagement for them. And I think that if Forza's doing this, what's Halo going to do? I think that's what's on everyone's mind. It's what's Halo going to do if Forza's doing this, which is a relatively smaller franchise. I know it's pretty big, might have escaped a lot of more sort of general gaming circles, but it's still a pretty big franchise overall. But like something like Halo, and then eventually whenever Fable and Bethesda's games start to hit, I feel like everyone at like the Game Pass group, whoever have done all this planning, done all the work for this, they should definitely go and have a nice big party to celebrate this. Yeah, so I think this is the proof of concept that they can just go, oh yeah, here's a really good. I think it's the highest rated game of the year on Metacritic.
Wow,
or OpenCritic, or around that. So it's definitely one of the best games of the year critically, with 5 million people who's given it a try.
Yeah, and they can't get too rote at whatever celebratory party they do, because they've got Halo coming up soon, and that's going to post some serious numbers too.
Yep.
So yeah, it's that whole thing. They've had commitment to this plan. We've basically always thought this is a very consumer and value oriented plan. So we have some issues about what does this mean for the value of a video game. But putting that aside, I think we've generally been very positive on what Microsoft are trying to do. And here I think we're just starting to see that really come online. It's almost a pity that we are so supply constrained on consoles. It would have been very interesting to see some sort of sales or shipment spike in the consoles along with these two games. But I suppose not. But yes, their plan basically is finally paying off, and Halo Infinite is coming out soon. Yep. And that's going to be pretty damn massive. Full thing in Game Pass if you want the campaign, but of course multiplayer free to play. So that will be pretty damn huge for their platform.
Absolutely. I do hope they give us individual numbers for those instead of just going, a Halo engagement has been 15 million people, because they're free to play will obviously mess that a little bit. But I hope they show us those numbers so we can see what campaign and multiplayer do. But it's this thing that I had an experience last week that with Microsoft, it was a really, really small thing, but it kind of set me in stone for going, you know what? No, I like this group, because I recently plugged in the Series S in the office at home.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I'll get the Xbox game. I'll get the Ultimate for a month for £1, because I usually just have Game Pass on PC, so I can then play stuff on console. And then that was about 3 weeks ago now. 2 weeks into the month, they sent me an email saying, oh, hey, you got this special offer for £1. That's going to re-up at $10.99 in 2 weeks' time. if you want to cancel or, go ahead with whatever, it'll automatically renew. So just letting you know. And I went, okay, well, I'll cancel the recurring because it'll be Endwalker time around then. And then it took me 4 clicks from the email to it being cancelled. And they also offered me a cancellation that would refund my £1 2 weeks in.
Whoa.
So I assume that tracks for if you spent the 11 quid, they'll give you a couple quid back because you haven't used all of it. And I was just thinking about every other subscription service I've used. But 4 clicks from email to cancelled, it feels insane to me. Obviously, I was already logged in cookies-wise, so I didn't have to log in. But it was just, I've got the email on my home PC. Click, 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 click. Done. And that's just not what I expect from companies anymore.
No, not at all.
I expect them to go, I expect 7 layers of, are you really sure you want to go? Here's an exit survey. Please fill this survey in. They just went, oh, yeah, well, see you later. Hope you come back. I'm like, what?
Yeah?
What do you mean? Like, the fact that I'm talking about it here is how surprised I was. It's insane to me.
Damn. Wow. Yeah, so, you know what? Good on them. What we want to be able to cover in this channel is good games and happy customers, and thankfully today we have actually got that. This is great for the racing game people, and as a Halo person, I sincerely hope it's going to be a similar thing in a few weeks when finally it is time for Halo Infinite. So that's it from us. Thank you for listening. Tell us what your experience has been with this game, and we'll see you next time.